Hi, my name is Joakim. My article containing the road to and formulation of my living educational theory was published last summer. The entire journey from deciding to try my hand at living educational theory research, making claims about myself and values that drive my practice of non-formal peace education. It's all in the article. However, I would like to share just a couple of thoughts about why this was such a meaningful experience for me. First of all, I had to really look back and trace steps I've taken to arrive at this current point in my life as an educator, and use that to formulate what I believe to be my driving values as an educator. I arrived at finding that appreciation is a more important concept for me than I ever realized. There is something in me that comes alive in those settings, those meeting points that aim to produce reflection and learning. And I find that I appreciate those who are with me in those moments, in those settings. However, when challenged on my claims in critical conversations, including one with a close colleague at work, I came to one additional insight. And this is namely that I find it easier to appreciate those others who are with me in those settings when I feel that appreciation being retaliated. I've come to see appreciation as a value that grows stronger when it's sort of fed from both sides. This has had some implications on my working context in at least a couple of ways, which I relate in more detail in the article. But one of those ways is that it has helped me recognize that someone else in my organization, a colleague, was quite possibly harboring similar feelings to what I used to do a few years ago when I was in her position, working those same tasks, having the same responsibilities that she currently does. Feelings of being a bit stuck when the appreciation feels a bit one-sided, not really retaliated as we tend to want or wish for. So, seeing as living educational theory is about improving my practice, I have found it particularly useful to be encouraged and assisted to take a step back or to zoom out in a sense and to see myself in a new light as well. Additionally, it would be remiss of me not to point out that it is a vulnerable place to be, being challenged about claims and assumptions that we make about ourselves and ways that we tend to see ourselves, and to be asked to provide external evidence for these claims or seek validation from someone else. But ultimately, it is an exercise that has made me feel stronger and more secure, and perhaps also a little bit more reflective as an educator of non-formal peace education. If you're interested in reading my article, you can find it at EJOLTs.net. Thank you.